The story continues at the inn, where some imposters are impersonating Ye Junlin and his disciples, extorting money from the people. The patrons at the inn are terrified of Ye Junlin. Some speculate that Ye Junlin might not be that kind of person. Maybe it's just some lookalikes. Others suggest that the rumors are true. One of them murmurs, having not seen Ye Junlin's Mount Kunpeng. Another denies it, saying it's a lie, that the Kunpeng has been extinct in the Kunlin realm for a long time. There's no way anyone could ride it. They come to the conclusion that, if they want to keep their lives, they should hand over all their valuables. The imposters, thinking that the fish are biting again, decide it's time to make a move. One orders the person impersonating Ye Junlin's disciple Li Wuji to collect the money. The impostor, swinging a blade, demands money from the people, threatening to give them a taste of his blade if they don't comply. Suddenly, the impostor, looking at the guest room, tells them to come out, or he will go to them and cut them off himself. At first, there is silence from the guest room. The impostor gets angry and asks if they didn't hear him. He threatens to go up there and drag them out himself. A waiter from the inn advises the impostor to calm down and informs him that the guests are from Gongzhou and are quite powerful. The impostor, impersonating Li Wujie, retorts that if they are big shots, they must show respect to his master. Suddenly, a voice from the guest room speaks, saying they are disciples of the Wendao sect. The voice asks if he can let this one slide, as they will come another day to pay proper respect and thanks. The impostor thinks to himself that the Wendao sect is one of the top sects in the eastern region, under the Yuhua sect. They've even produced immortals before, but then, again, they couldn't touch Ye Junlin. The impostor, however, insists that future favors mean nothing right now, and demands that they come down and pay up. This is when Fan Dezhen and An Miaoyi are introduced. Looking at An Miaoyi, the impostor sneers, asking what she's looking at. "Are you picking a fight with your uncle, Wuji?" Hearing this, the girl, enraged, charges at the impostor, but Fan Dezhen stops her. Handing over 5 million high-grade spirit crystals, Fan Dezhen thinks to himself that they really are Ye Junlin and his disciple, and he can't sense their realm, which is terrifying. And Miaoyi asks her uncle how he could hand over the money, and the impostor thinks that it was tense. Even a great ascension cultivator had to fold before his acting. Then the impostor impersonating Ye Junlin, while leaving, says, "All right, folks, I'll graciously accept your generosity." And Miaoyi expresses her disappointment in her uncle. Fan Dezhen replies that he did it for her safety. If they had insulted Ye Junlin, that maniac would have wiped them all out. He didn't even spare Yuhua sect's elders. And Miaoyi asks how someone like Ye Junlin can run free and do whatever he buy. Once Fan Dezhen explains that it's because Ye Junlin is absurdly strong. He even killed the mentor of Yuhua sect's holy son. The guy flew halfway across the continent for revenge and was absolutely demolished. And Miaoyi curses, calling him a bastard and saying that monsters like him shouldn't exist. She vows to become strong enough to erase him from the world. Fan Dezhen reassures her, saying that with her talent she will reach the tribulation stage soon, maybe even become an immortal. She has the stellar immortal physique, which rivals the solar immortal physique of Yuhua's holy son. And Miaoyi promises her uncle that she will train hard. Meanwhile, the imposters are discussing Ye Junlin's name. One of them remarks that Ye Junlin's name really is useful. Every time they drop it, their little side hustle goes off without a hitch. The one impersonating Li Wuji admits that he nearly pissed himself, but the Wendao elder crumpled the second he mentioned Ye Junlin's name. The impostor impersonating Red claims he wasn't bowing to Ye Junlin. He was afraid of the blade demon, Li Wuji. He's just a loudmouth lackey. Then a fight breaks out, with one impostor accusing another of being a lackey and reminding her that she was just a call girl at Fangchun Pavilion. He retorts, saying that dressing fancy doesn't make her a real immortal, and the one impersonating Red threatens to rip out his tongue. The impostor impersonating Ye Junlin warns them, saying, "If you don't want to die, shut it. Don't forget, I can replace you all whenever I want. Don't test me. This place is swarming with people. If we're going to score big, now's the time. But for this last job, we go all in. Suddenly, a gust of wind blows past them. The imposter impersonating Ye Junlin asks, "What is that?" It's revealed to be Ye Junlin's mount, the Kunpeng. The imposters fall to the ground from the wind pressure, and one of them says he can't even breathe. What kind of monster is that? It's too terrifying. It's a good thing we didn't cross its path. We'd be lunch by now. The scene then shifts to the real Ye Junlin. Red is brushing Mousie's hair, and Mousie thanks him. Ye Junlin, lying in a chair, tells Red that his sentence is almost over and that he has prepared a parting gift for him. He then asks his disciple, Xiaoxi, to bring the chocolate sundae he made especially for Red. Xiaoxi brings the ice cream. As Xiaoxi hands Red the ice cream, Ye Junlin remarks that this is the best frozen dessert in the world, and that he's worked hard for the last 3 months to make it. He encourages Red to enjoy the ice cream. Red reluctantly thanks him. While Ifwao's holding the ice cream, Red thinks to himself that this is the final humiliation, and wonders how he's supposed to eat this in front of everyone. Ye Junlin asks Red what's wrong. Doesn't he like his gift? Red reluctantly tastes it and thinks to himself that the ice cream is very good. Maybe Ye Junlin isn't trying to mock him after all. Li Wuji then tells Ye Junlin that they are officially in Wuzhou now, and that he heard Yaowang Valley opens in a few days. Li Wujie, seeing Red eating the ice cream, wonders if this is some final punishment from Ye Junlin, and whether Red is pretending to enjoy it. Poor guy, he thinks. Ye Junlin asks Li Wuji what Yaowang Valley is. Li Wujie replies, "It's a treasure trove filled with rare herbs and divine elixirs. There's also a massive spirit-gathering array inside. It is a cultivator's dream." But suddenly a system message appeared. Ye Junlin then said to Li Wuji that they had been wandering around for months, and now it was time to see what this place had to offer. They were now introduced to the eastern region of Wuzhou, at the Dragon Gate Inn. One of Ye Junlin's disciples mentioned that this inn was the largest within 100 miles. They could stay there until the Medicine King Valley opened. Inside the inn, they ordered the finest room. The waiter showed them to the second floor. Red asked Ye Junlin why they were in disguise. Ye Junlin replied that his fame had become too much these days, and the moment he showed his face, he would be swarmed by crazy fans asking for autographs, which was exhausting. Red thought to himself that he shouldn't have asked. It was impossible to predict what Ye Junlin would say next. Ye Junlin then asked the waiter what food he recommended. The waiter replied that they had several specialties. He then listed the dishes. Without realizing it, Mousie ordered the snowflake jade meat. When the waiter mentioned that it was a new ice mouse, Mousie, terrified, quickly said, "Don't eat me." Ye Junlin then said they would order everything except the snowflake jade meat. Seeing them order rare dishes, the waiter thought they must be big spenders and promised to notify the kitchen immediately. Li Wujie asked Ye Junlin why they weren't waiting in the Kunpeng. Ye Junlin replied that since the Medicine King Valley's opening was causing such a stir, they needed to experience the atmosphere. Who knew what interesting things might happen? Li Wuji said, as always, Ye Junlin was right, and that he admired him. Suddenly, Red whispered for everyone to stop. He thought someone was talking about them. Ye Junlin said it was perfectly normal. He had a lot of fans. Ye Junlin overheard what the imposters had been saying. In anger, Li Wuji drew his blade, saying that they were slandering Ye Junlin. Junlin stopped Li Wuji and explained that someone was clearly impersonating him. It seemed that they had all been scammed. He told Red that if he wanted to laugh, he should just go ahead. Holding it in would only hurt him. Red mockingly said, to Ye Junlin, "Say the word, and I'll kill them all." Ye Junlin responded, "That's too fake." The gossip continued, with someone saying that the Red Fairy's beauty was legendary, elegant, and otherworldly. But upon seeing her in person, they were in shock. She looked more like a tomboy than a goddess. Hearing this, Li Wuji glanced at Red. Red asked Li Wuji what he was looking at. Fearing Red, Li Wuji replied that he had sand in his eye, and that Red had misunderstood. Ye Junlin told Red to stay cool, and explained that they were talking about a fake Red Fairy. She was a woman, wasn't she? He continued, asking if Red really owed the title of Red Fairy. Otherwise, why such a big reaction? Frustrated, Red exclaimed that he was not the Red Fairy. He repeated it again, saying, "I am not." Just then, the waiter brought the dishes. Ye Junlin told everyone to eat first, as the impersonators would eventually be exposed. As the waiter left, he thought the group looked quite familiar. Meanwhile, at another side of the inn, An Miao Yi asked Fan Dajan if he had heard that everyone was cursing Ye Junlin. Fan Dajan replied that young Mrs. Words alone couldn't shake people like Ye Junlin. Even if the world pointed fingers at him, Ye Junlin wouldn't care, because power made the rules. In frustration, An Miaoyi asked Fan Dajan why he kept defending Ye Junlin. Fan Dajan replied, saying that fine, he wouldn't do it anymore, and asked her to eat her food. As they were leaving, Mousy said that the food was delicious. As they passed Fan Dajan, he noticed Ye Junlin, and Miaoyi asked, "What is he looking at?" Fan Dajan replied that he could sense those people were powerful, especially Ye Junlin. He gave him a sense of utter powerlessness. And Miaoyi said, "No way. How could there be another virtual immortal beside Ye Junlin?" Fan Dajan replied, "It's possible. The Medicine King Valley is about to open, and this inn is flooded with elite cultivators. We must stay cautious." Then the scene shifted to a different location, where one person said, "Honored priest, are you sure about this?" We are introduced to Yelu Gu, the high priest of the Serpent Clan. He said, "To weaken the human resistance, tonight's massacre will start here, at this very inn." He ordered the others to begin setting up the Dream Mirage formation. He shouted, "It is all for the holy war of the Nether Abyss." The Serpent Clan began deploying the formation. The High Priest ordered the others to stay alert and cover the entire inn with the formation without making any mistakes. He warned that even one survivor could ruin the plan. He continued, "With this one move, the serpents will wipe out countless human elites at the front lines. Any cultivator under virtual immortal will be trapped in eternal nightmares, never to awaken again. And once this formation is complete, not even a true immortal can break it. The human race will fall into endless dreamscapes